It's Movie Time is produced by John DeSando. Listen to shows and read reviews online at wcbe.org.
I'm John DeSando.
And I'm Mindy Mcfann.
And this is It's Movie Time.
Yes, it is, John.
And let's not worry about time.
No, not in this context.
First of all, we have to have enough time to say the title of this movie.
Yes, it's a bit long and hard to remember for me.
I know. So you just call it Everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll call it the real title, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yes.
And it's a film by Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, who are known as the Daniels in previous films, including Swiss Army Man.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, it's an apt title.
and so this thing is unwieldy and hardly uninteresting.
No, not at all.
It basically, what is this whole idea of a multiverse?
I guess it's different levels of consciousness.
Okay.
That's the way I kind of sorted out in my head, because at the beginning of the movie, it was so chaotic. I was so confused. I was so searching for a plot line that I couldn't find, that I just decided I got to just let go and let this thing unfold so I don't beat it to death.
Okay. And we have a central character, Evelyn,
Yep.
played by Michelle Yeoh.
Yes.
You know her?
Yes, from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and so many other things that, of course, I can't remember, but she's amazing.
And I guess the important part is that this is the first film, I believe, she's completely carried.
Yeah, I think so too.
And boy,
she does.
Boy, she does.
She does.
Talk
Yep.
about pulling all of your talents together.
Absolutely.
We think of her martial arts talent, but that's not the major part of this film.
No. She's a woman, so she's
Yeah.
playing a lot of different roles.
She's a middle-aged woman running. Now this is a Chinese film, so you're going to guess what their occupation is. So they're running a laundromat in New York.
Yep, with her daughter and her husband.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the IRS, played by
Jamie Lee Curtis in the frumpiest, most gross, obnoxious role. She's fantastic.
and if you look, when you see it, Jamie Lee Curtis is having the ball. You know, so plays on her horror film experience and her being completely comfortable with her role as a very bad baddie. As the one thing none of us wants is an audit by the IRS.
No. And there's just stacks of receipts, which even the audit is chaotic. I mean, everything is chaotic.
And as a matter of fact, most of it takes place in one building. Some shabby
Office building.
office building.
Yeah.
All right, so the basic premise here is that she's trying to get her and her family's life together.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, though, she has multiple personalities.
Well, her husband gives her a piece of paper that has some instructions on it that she has no idea what he's talking about. And all of a sudden she's thrown into this situation that her husband is not just her husband. He has different universe personalities, I guess.
Yes.
Them as.
Yes.
And she has to make a decision if she's going to go with it, because she has a choice on the paper, or she's going to just stay where she is.
Yeah, bringing up one of the things that I find fascinating with this, kind of leaning, as I lean toward the existential, that each decision brings whole other branches of your life.
Yes.
I mean, what it focuses on, you decide this at this moment, then you're going to be in this world.
Yeah.
And it's the way it is for all of us. Sometimes we just don't realize it.
Absolutely.
The importance of each decision.
Yeah. Who you marry, what career you choose.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's because you find out their lives unfold as what happened and what could have happened as the movie goes on.
That's right. Yes. So you can actually see what it might have been. And you're going to find that with the husband, well, he was something of a wimp to begin with, but likable.
Yeah. There was a real interesting moment with the audit where they're talking, the IRS agent is kind of chiding her for having too many things she's good at, that she's trying to put under the umbrella of the laundromat.
Yes.
That she sings, that she does this, that she does that, and that those aren't appropriate to be write-offs because that's not part of the laundry business. But as you find out in her different universes, those things are all realities. She does have the ability to sing. She does have the ability to do many other things.
Yeah, right. I think one case she's a film star.
Yep, yep,
And so she has a variety of roles, and he becomes almost a superhero type.
yeah. Well, he goes from this little frumpy guy she's married to this like very suave, good-looking guy.
Yeah, right. Now, because in the end, I think this is about family.
Hmm.
It's about love
And women,
and women. Yeah,
yes.
kindness. I mean, there are things here that are not saber swords. They're
Right.
real. They're realities.
Right.
And how do we deal with the zany, crazy world that she's living in that we all have within us? I always think this is the manifestation of the multiple personalities. You know, we are so many different people inside of ourselves. We show a
Absolutely.
different one to
Yes.
the world. What about her daughter?
She's gay, and she's trying to kind of walk through this with her mother, and her mother is trying to take care of her daughter and take care of her father. Her father's visiting for a birthday party, and she's worried the father is going to, or the grandfather is going to react poorly. So she's trying to kind of juggle keeping her daughter happy and keeping her father happy, and well, keeping everybody happy. But and this is where everything becomes so intertwined like a spider web, is that her daughter in one of the multiverses is the bad person, the person that's going to destroy the world. And anybody who's ever had a daughter is going, I can get that.
It starts in the simple premise that she'd like to introduce her lover
Mm-hmm.
to the family, her girlfriend.
Yep.
And they're just having a really difficult time
Yep.
understanding what this means.
Yes.
It was terrific about contemporary life, about the generational divides.
Yes, absolutely.
And so how are things resolved, Mindy, do you think? I mean, are there any formulas here for them? Because we know by the end of the film it's probably going to resolve itself. I mean, all this chaos that we
Right.
talked about is going to be resolved. But how does that? What are the instruments toward resolving difficulties in one's life?
Well, it's interesting because I think this is pretty prescient for what's going on in the chaos we've been living in and stuff. But I also think it talks a lot about what it is to be a mother in the past and how that is evolving. That you have to wear so many different hats, and women are used to being socialized for hundreds of years to do what's best for the greater good, and that's the reward. I mean, this isn't James Bond saving the world because he gets the lady, he gets the $10,000 suit, da 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 da. She's supposed to be rewarded in love and her family.
And boy, and I think the word love comes to my mind
Mhm.
particularly.
Yes.
And while there's not a lot of kindness, it seems,
Mm-hmm.
isn't that something of an answer to this?
Yes, well, and I think it's the search. I think the movie is about the process of the search, of finding out who you are, what your priorities are, what you really want, who you want. Because she's been married a long time. And, she's deciding if she really likes her husband anymore.
Yes, yeah.
She has not prioritized him because she's been busy, well, doing all kinds of things.
Yes. Gee, I wonder if that's like any other women in the
Nah.
world. Not,
Nah.
but it does bring it home when you think about the chaos of this. When you distill it, it's one thing. It's a woman, a mature woman, trying to decide what kind of a life she wants.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's filmmakers showing us that it's possible to be what you want to be.
Yes, yes,
But you have to be tough.
yeah.
And
You have to be very tough.
Yeah, you don't always have to be a martial artist.
No, but I think it's really a contemporary film in context of, I think what we're seeing in nursing and teaching and mothering is women have just done things because it was for the greater good.
Yes.
And that's the world she lives in. She's trying to take care of her father, her husband, and her daughter, and her business. And she chose that over a bunch of other things.
Yes.
She chose to leave with her husband even though her parents didn't want her to marry him.
Yes.
She made all these choices, and then she's trying to deal with it and still exist in it for herself.
So do you think, well, I'm going to ask you now, Mindy, what you would advise our audience concerning this film?
relax when you get into it at the beginning and ride with it. And I was so taken by the guy who sold me the ticket, told me how many people came out of the movie crying.
Well,
Very touching.
all right, you're gonna have to, it's in theaters.
Yes.
Fortunately not streaming.
No.
Because you really do need to see it in the big screen.
Go to the theater, it's wonderful.